Taoiseach, in relation to the implementation of Sláinte Care, when can you indicate to the House that the action plan or the report in terms of the detailed action plan around Sláinte Care will be published and debated at some length in the House? Because there is a lot of issues around whether or not Sláinte Care is going to seriously be followed, given the very meagre resources allocated towards its implementation in 2019 against the financial implications of the Sláinte Care report. I mean, they are quite significant, the costings of it, even though we haven't actually got a comprehensive costings of it, in my view. But I do think the timelines towards implementation and a sense of a sincere approach behind the implementation of the plan is required, because there's a lot of scepticism about government's commitment to it.
Thanks very much, Deputy. The Sláinte Care Implementation Office has been established, the Director has been appointed, the implementation framework has been published, and the action plan will be published before the end of the year. Obviously, any decision on time to debate any matter in the Dáil is a matter for the Business Committee, but I'm sure we'd be happy to facilitate that. I know there's a perception, which I'm sure you know is incorrect, that the €20 million set aside next year for Sláinte Care implementation is all that is set aside for Sláinte Care implementation. There's a lot more to it than that. There's a big increase in the capital budget, and a big part of Sláinte Care is investment in new IT, new capacity like bed capacity, for example, primary care centres. There's also money in it to reduce prescription charges for people who have medical cards and people who don't. There's money in it to extend eligibility for the GP visit card, increasing the income limits there, and there's also other investments too. So I think nobody should make the mistake of thinking the 20 million is all that's in 2019 for Sláinte Care. There's a whole raft of things, from capital spending to eligibility for medical cards, reduced prescription charges. All of those things are Sláinte Care as well.